Hey guys, it's Mike here, and in this video, I want to discuss a question which has been on the minds of Dragon Ball fans for a while now. And with the upcoming Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, this question has become even more relevant. That question is, how did Vegeta achieve his Super Saiyan God transformation? Now for context here, when Goku first became a Super Saiyan God, he did it using the Super Saiyan God ritual. The ritual was taught to him by Shenron during the movie Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, and in Dragon Ball Super's retelling of it. This ritual required 6 pure-hearted Saiyans, with 5 of them pouring their hearts into a 6th who would become the Super Saiyan God. However, this was only a temporary transformation, as during his fight against Beerus, Goku absorbed the power of the God form. This increased his base power and as a result made his Super Saiyan forms even stronger. With that being the case, it seemed that Goku would never use this transformation again. But as we see in the Dragon Ball Super manga, Goku used this godly form in his fight against Hit during the Tournament of Destroyers. Interestingly, Vegeta would also go on to use this form in the next arc during the fight against Goku Black. And although these forms did not reappear in the anime at first, during the Tournament of Power, Goku once again became a Super Saiyan God. And as we see in the promotional material for the upcoming Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, Vegeta will also become a god. However, unlike Goku, Vegeta was never shown performing the God ritual on screen. Rather, we see him training with Goku under the tutelage of Whis, and then both of them are shown having the higher form of Super Saiyan Blue in Resurrection F. So how could Vegeta have achieved this form? Well, the first method would have to be the aforementioned God ritual. But as I said before, we never saw Vegeta do this on screen. Furthermore, I don't think that Vegeta would actually subject himself to the ritual, especially when we consider what he says in the anime about wanting to surpass Goku through his own efforts. This is further reiterated by Goku when we first see Vegeta become a Super Saiyan Blue, as Goku says that Vegeta achieved it on his own without using the help of other Saiyans. So this would effectively rule out the possibility of Vegeta using the ritual. So then how exactly would Vegeta have achieved this form? Well, I think this ties into how Goku was able to use the God form again later on. As we saw in the Golden Frieza arc, Goku and Vegeta trained under Whis to achieve higher levels of power. This came through a greater mastery of ki control. The Super Saiyan Blue form, which they achieved during their training, reflects that, by being a form which focuses on a calm mind and ki control to bring about greater power. Now, this was initially foreshadowed when Vegeta came to Whis looking for training, as Whis told Vegeta that he could possibly surpass Goku with greater ki control. Then if we flash forward to shortly before Goku and Vegeta achieving their blue forms, Whis further explains how the two of them needed to power up their ki within their bodies without letting it leak out. This is when the two of them clashed and saw their first glimpses of blue. Whis then sent them into a dimension within his staff that was much like the hyperbolic time chamber. Once again, the concept of ki control was a big factor here, as the two of them could not even move until they powered up their ki within their bodies as Whis had instructed. It was after this that Vegeta remarked about the incredible pressure he felt from God Ki. Thus, based upon the evidence, it appears to be through this further mastery of ki control that Goku and Vegeta learned to manipulate God Ki at will. And while we never see it happen on screen, I believe this is also where they learned to access the Super Saiyan God forms at will. Now, as we know, the anime and manga of Super have different continuities, so it's possible that the versions differ on when they achieved the forms. However, I think that Goku's description of Blue that he tells to Frieza holds a pretty big hint of how they unlocked their God forms, as Goku says that Super Saiyan Blue is a form that comes when someone with the power of a Super Saiyan God becomes a Super Saiyan. In fact, the original name for Blue was Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So while the whole thing is pretty convoluted, it seems that Goku is saying that the user becomes a Super Saiyan God and then a Super Saiyan on top of that. Thus, from this explanation, it would seem that Super Saiyan God is a prerequisite for the Blue form. So while we never see Vegeta become this form in the anime version until the new Broly movie, it would seem like in the current continuity that he and Goku achieved it before Resurrection F. And while we did get the chance to see it in the manga, I think the reason we didn't see it in the anime before now may have come down to direction and how the writers interpreted Goku absorbing the God form. There definitely seemed to be some back and forth on this idea as the series progressed. But in either case, it seems like both the anime and manga continuities converged on this concept, and the form has once again made its return. So in conclusion, based upon the evidence, I believe that Vegeta likely achieved this form during his training with Whis before Resurrection F. While it's possible that another answer will be supplied in the future, this seems like the most logical point where it could have happened. Although the question remains as to why they didn't use these forms throughout the anime after this point. But Dragon Ball Super isn't exactly new to logical inconsistencies in their storylines. Just look at some of the things that Vegeta's son Future Trunks did during his arc. Spirit Bomb Sword, anyone? So what do you guys think? Do you agree with this explanation, or do you think that Vegeta may have achieved it at another point? Or perhaps do you think that it's all one big retcon? Let me know down below. Also, if you're new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications so that you can see all of my videos right away when they come out. And if you like this video, then make sure to stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future.
Yeah, and you better subscribe, enable those damn notifications.